In a quaint village, cradled by the embrace of towering mountains, there dwelled a young man whose intellect shone like a beacon in the night. He possessed a remarkable talent for unraveling the most perplexing enigmas and tackling the most daunting of challenges with an effortless grace that left all who beheld him in awe. News of his uncanny abilities spread far and wide, drawing travelers from distant lands who sought the wisdom that seemed to emanate from his very being. One such traveler, whose name has long been lost to the annals of time, arrived in the village one crisp autumn morning. He had journeyed from a distant land, guided by whispers of the young man's extraordinary intellect and the promise of the enlightenment that seemed to dance on the wind. As he traversed the rugged terrain that led him to the heart of the village, his mind buzzed with anticipation, his heart aflutter with the prospect of meeting the legendary figure whose reputation preceded him. Finally, the traveler stood before the humble abode of the young man, his heart pounding with excitement. With a sense of reverence that bordered on reverence, he knocked on the door, his knuckles rapping softly against the aged wood. And then, as if summoned by some unseen force, the door swung open, revealing the figure of the young man standing before him, his eyes alight with a wisdom that seemed to transcend the boundaries of mere mortal understanding. Welcome, weary traveler, the young man said, his voice a gentle melody that danced upon the breeze. I have been expecting you. With those words, the traveler felt a sense of peace wash over him, a feeling of belonging that he had never before experienced. For in that moment he knew that he had come to the right place, that he had found the answers he had been seeking for so long. And so, the traveler spent the days that followed in the company of the young man, soaking in his wisdom like a sponge, thirsty for knowledge. They wandered through the verdant forests that surrounded the village, their footsteps echoing in the stillness of the woods as they discussed the mysteries of the universe and the secrets of the human mind. And then one day, as they stood beside a tranquil pond deep within the heart of the forest, the traveler posed a question that had long troubled his soul. "O wise one," he said, his voice trembling with emotion, "how can I unlock the full potential of my mind? How can I harness the power that lies dormant within me?" The young man smiled, his eyes twinkling with a knowing light, and then with a gesture that seemed to encompass the entire world, he invited the traveler to cast his gaze upon the still waters of the pond. "What do you see, my friend?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. And as the traveler peered into the depths of the pond, he saw the world reflected back at him, a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes that seemed to shimmer and dance in the light of the setting sun. "I see. I see myself," the traveler replied, his voice filled with wonder. "And I see the world around me, reflected in the waters of this pond." The young man nodded, a smile playing at the corners of his lips. And then, with a grace that seemed to defy description, he plucked a small pebble from the ground and tossed it into the still waters of the pond. And as the ripples spread outwards, distorting the reflection that danced upon the surface of the water, the young man spoke once more. "Do you see now, my friend?" he asked, his voice soft and gentle. "Do you see how even the slightest disturbance can disrupt the tranquility of the pond, obscuring the reflection that lie beneath?" And as the traveler watched the ripples fade away, his heart filled with a sense of understanding that he had never before known. For in that moment he realized that the key to unlocking the full potential of his mind lay not in the pursuit of knowledge, but in the cultivation of inner stillness and peace. And so, with a heart filled with gratitude and a mind ablaze with newfound wisdom, the traveler bid farewell to the young man and set out on the journey that lay before him, his soul forever changed by the encounter. And as he walked beneath the star strewn sky, he knew that he carried with him not only the answers he had been seeking, but also a newfound appreciation for the power of a calm and focused mind. And so the legend of the young man and his extraordinary wisdom spread far and wide, echoing through the ages like a whisper carried on the wind. And though the sands of time may have long since erased the details of their encounter, the lessons they imparted live on, a beacon of hope and inspiration for all who seek to unlock the mysteries of the human mind.